sometimes they can strain the bones also. They're going to gym and lifting some weights, they can strain them. See, one of the main problems after osteoporosis is that people who have osteoporosis can have wear and tear of joints much faster.
हेलो एंड वेलकम बैक टू द चैट ट्रैप शो विद विक्रम सिंह रावल। बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आप सबका दिल्लिस्तान हमें हमारे शो पे, जिसपे हम लोग बहुत सारे स्पेशल गेस्ट लाते हैं। जी हाँ, मैं यूजुअली सैटरडे को आता हूँ, ये बहुत सच बात है, 7 PM। बट क्योंकि आज एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट दिन है, जो कि एक ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस डे है, वर्ल्ड ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस डे, उस पे हम लोग एक स्पेशल एपिसोड करने आए हैं आपके लिए। जी हाँ, और इस स्पेशल एपिसोड में हमारे साथ एक बहुत ही स्पेशल गेस्ट भी हैं। ही इज अ वेरी स्पेशल गेस्ट टू अस एंड हिज नेम इज डॉक्टर DM मनोज। ही इज द डायरेक्टर एट फिजियो एक्टिव, द वेलनेस हब गुड़गांव। एंड जी हाँ, ये एक बहुत ही बेहतरीन क्लिनिक है गुड़गांव में, जिसमें फिजियोथेरेपी के बारे में, फिजियोथेरेपी की सर्विसेज हैं। दे हैव अमेजिंग टेक्नोलॉजी एज वेल। सो जी हाँ, वो हमें आज आकर बहुत ही अच्छी चीजें बताने वाले हैं ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस के बारे में, हमें अवेयरनेस देने वाले हैं, हमें कई ऐसी चीजें बताने वाले हैं जो शायद हमें नहीं पता थी। और ये एक बहुत ही सीरियस और गंभीर मामला है। जी हाँ, हम बहुत बीमारियों से गुजरते हैं, बहुत बीमारियां हमने सुनी है। रिसेंटली कोविड के बारे में हमने बहुत कुछ जाना है, पर हमें ये ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि उसके अलावा भी देयर आर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स वी शुड बी टेकिंग केयर ऑफ। जी हाँ, एंड फिजियो एक्टिव गुड़गांव एक ऐसा क्लिनिक है जिसने एक इनिशिएटिव लिया है बिकॉज ऑफ वर्ल्ड ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस डे। एक पूरा वीक डेडिकेटेडली हमने इन्होंने एक तरीके से अवेयरनेस और एक तरीके से ऐसी सर्विसेज और अपने जितने भी पेशेंट्स हैं और जितने लोग हैं दिल्ली NCR में और पैन इंडिया, सबको एक अवेयरनेस देने के लिए एक ऐसा इनिशिएटिव निकाला है, जहाँ पे दे विल बी स्प्रेडिंग अवेयरनेस एंड टेलिंग पीपल व्हाट इज इट एक्चुअली, what is osteoporosis, what is it, and what are the tips you can be, how you can prevent it, how you can, what is the role of physiotherapy in osteoporosis. So ji ha, without wasting any time, let's get to Dr. DM Manoj. Ji ha, and also one more thing I forgot, if you have any questions about osteoporosis, 15 minutes of free consultation is also there at the clinic. Yes, so once you clear all your doubts, that's when you go ahead and you can also take all their services. Wonderful service, wonderful people. Let's talk to Dr. Manoj without wasting any time and welcome him. Hello,
Hi,
Dr. Manoj. Welcome.
Vikram. Thank
Welcome,
you.
welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for that lovely introduction, Vikram. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, sir. And thank you so much for taking out time and
Yeah,
coming to the wonderful platform of ours where we honor such guests.
my pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you. So, sir, because as I mentioned to the audience that it's a very important day today, and there are a lot of people who are not aware of osteoporosis. It's a World Osteoporosis Day, and your clinic and your team has taken a wonderful initiative where they would like to go ahead and put some awareness out there about it. So, सबसे पहले, I would like to know about what is osteoporosis, sir, and how can it be cured? If you can give us throw some light upon it, sir.
Sure. Yeah. So first of all, I feel that these days are marked so that we're all are aware of this, and it's an education day. Mainly, the general population should know what is the importance of this problem and how
Okay.
we can handle this problem. So these days are specially marked so that general population can be educated. I think this is a wonderful opportunity. I'll keep things very simple and educate them on osteoporosis. So osteoporosis, to put it in simple terms, it's a problem with the bones. Like osteo is bone, it's a problem with the bones, and the bone has a strong minerals in them, the calcium minerals. It is dense bone, and the strength to the bone is given by the calcium. Now, if the density of the bone goes down over a period of time, then it is called osteoporosis.
Right. Very
Normally,
nice.
it could be age-related problem also, like the density is maximum when you're 30 or 35, after which the density goes slowly down. But if it goes too much down, then it results in a condition called osteoporosis.
So, what is the exact way we can get to know that someone is, going through osteoporosis issue, and how can it be, you know,
Right.
diagnosed?
Right. Okay. Fine. So it's a clinical and a medical diagnosis. But like I said, osteoporosis, the density going down, and it happens after certain age, unless until you're having some risk factors, like it could be having genetic factors also, or if you are in any medication for too long, then early osteoporosis also can result actually. Otherwise, typically osteoporosis is more common in women than males, and it's usually at 50 years of age you start feeling that the bones are getting little brittle, and you typically have aches and pains in the hands and the feet, and typically at the night sometimes they complain of pain in the night in the hands and the feet. That's one sign how it starts. But there are a lot of other things also, like your posture would changes,
Okay.
your fatigue level increases. So and once you have this, I think typically after age of 45 50, it's good to get something called DEXA scan, where they see the density of the bone, and then you know what is the density of the bone exactly. And if the values are too less, then you are classified as either osteopenic or osteoporotic or normal. So it's a
Right,
clinical
right,
diagnosis. Yeah.
right, sir. And
Yeah.
also, I would like to ask that
Hmm.
what, because you're such an experienced physiotherapist, you've been there in the industry since so long, and what what does a physiotherapist, as a physiotherapist, what is the role that you play in osteoporosis, and also what happens when we see a physiotherapist in this case?
Right. Okay. Fine. Okay. So you know that bones, they are the framework of the body actually, right? So they give the structure to the body, and a strong in Tamil we have a saying that செவுரு இருந்தால் தான் சித்திரை வரைய முடியும். That means only if you have a strong background you can draw good drawing actually. Means the bones, the skeletal system forms the main frame of the body actually. If the bones are stronger, then you can see the effect of them in all the areas of musculoskeletal areas actually. You look strong, you look in a good posture actually if the bones are strong, and your joints also move better if the bones are strong. So what happens is, here we are focusing on the effects which happens because of the osteoporosis. See, one of the main problems after osteoporosis is that people who have osteoporosis can have wear and tear of joints much faster.
Okay.
Matlab, they can have early arthritis. So that's number one. Number two, because of the osteoporosis, the bones, like I said, the bone mineral density goes down. Then sometimes you start slouching also. You would have seen older women or men, they start slouching their spine actually. That's because of the osteoporosis. So it can cause damage of the spine, and this osteoporosis is particularly more dominant in certain areas like spine, hips, and wrist areas. Certain areas are more prone to osteoporosis. Now, what happens is, because of the osteoporosis, there are certain issues like you have degenerative joints, you have poor postures, you have wear and tear happening in the joints, and you have aches and pains. But they are the primary effects of it. There are secondary things. So now imagine you have weak bones
Yeah.
and you tend to slouch forward. Now what happens is your center of gravity is shifted a little bit. Now
Okay.
your this happens when you're 50, 55, 60.
Hmm.
Now you tend to lose your balance if you're osteoporotic because of change in postures. So it results in fall. Now falls, the bone is going to take all the stress. Now how is your bone? The bone is very weak, the quality of the bone is poor. So when you fall, there is chance of bony injuries actually. And now if there is, I said there are certain areas which are more weaker like the hip and the spine. If you
Yes.
fall and injure their areas, then there is more chances that your mobility might get affected. That means you might be bedridden or you might be on the wheelchair. Now you're 60, and imagine that you're on a wheelchair and you're bedridden. not good
Mhm.
at all actually.
Yeah.
So you see that how it is leading this osteoporosis slowly. So it's basically affecting the quality of the life. And when you want to be fit, actually after 60 we need to focus on our health so much that we need to be mobile, we need to be independent on our own, and we should not be a burden for anyone else actually. Imagine something happening like this, that the fall resulted a simple fall. Right, even when if you're osteoporotic, a simple fall, like you slipped in the bathroom and you fell, you could just have a fracture, which can be
Yeah.
sometimes life threatening also. So this is all the overall picture of it. And you know what is a simple solution?
Hmm.
Prevention is better than cure here. So there is no cure for osteoporosis, but you need to prevent the bones from going bad over a period of time,
Okay.
right? Like I said,
Yeah.
when you're young, before 30, the bone
Mhm.
formation is more than the bones which
Okay.
are dying. Every cell in the body is forming and dying. It's forming and dying actually. Now before 30, your bone formation is more than the dying actually. So your density is going up actually. But after 30, it starts decreasing. And there is a lot of factors why this decreases actually. Now we need to be knowing those factors. There are three important factors. Number one, what is the diet you take?
Okay.
Yes, that's one. Secondly, your genetic factors. Third, what you're doing with this body. Are you keeping it fit actually? Any bone responds to stress. If you stress them, they are strong. If you don't stress them, they are weak. So how physically active are you is very important. And when it comes to physical activity and movement, therapists
Hmm.
are the best persons to handle them actually. So we are the person who can educate them. Like I'm talking
Okay.
about this day, it's an education day. 50% of the medical problems can be completely sorted from this world if you provide good education. How much I said? 50%. So you educate the masses. And second is what?
Yeah.
Prevention is better than cure. So when it comes to cure, there's a lot of things you have to do, but how can you prevent? Healthy diet, physical activity which is regularly this thing, and certain things you can't control, genetic factors actually. Certain habituals also, like if you're a smoker, if you're a heavy drinker, this also can affect. So it's about lifestyle. See, everything comes to again lifestyle, food, and how you live actually. It is shown in your body. So prevention is better than cure, and our role as a physiotherapist is to educate them on what they should do, what they should not do. Secondly, in case,
Mhm.
yes, they're having osteoporosis and they have postural issues, we can help them by strengthening certain muscles and get back their normal posture actually. Number two, we can take care of the aches and pains. We can advise on which exercise to do. In osteoporosis, you can't do all random exercises. We can educate them on which exercise to be done exactly, and which is the weakest area, because your DEXA scan would show this is the weakest area. So we can devise your exercises according to that. Suppose someone wants to go and do exercise when they're osteoporotic, sometimes they can strain the bones also. They're going to gym and lifting some weights, they can strain them. So as a physio, we're going to advise them what to do, what not to do, and which exercise to do, which one not to do. This is the second part. The third part, most important part, I spoke about the falls. If they fall and break their bones, so they are that there's high chances they can be bedridden. So
Yeah.
what we do is we help them build the strength, build the balance, build their balance, work on their balance, and prevent fall. That is called a fall prevention program. That's one important program which we do after the age of 60. If they have fulfilled certain criteria, then we put them into fall prevention program. I said prevention. Prevention is better than cure. So that's three important areas. We also give them a little bit about dietary advices also. So what they should be doing, what they should not be doing. Also, we work with the other teams like orthos and physicians, where if the osteoporosis, there are levels to it: a mild, moderate, severe. A severe levels, we work as a team, and we get them out of this dreadful
So
condition.
Physio Active has a team to do all of this. If a patient comes in, you
Mm-hmm.
have a, all of this can be done apart from the main director? There are team
Yes.
members, physicians?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
definitely. Like I said, there is mild, moderate, severe. If it's severe level, we also take advice of the medical doctors and involve them because they might be needing some medication, injectables to improve the bone mineral density. In mild to moderate cases, it can be done with nutrition and good exercises itself. But in case it was too bad, we need to consult a medical person so that he can advise them on certain medications, which will also, like I said, we work as a team. Anything is a teamwork, and dietitian, physio, and a physician or an ortho is an integral part of this when handling this problem actually. Otherwise, mild to moderate cases, we have certain criteria, we check them, and they do their dietary modifications, habitary
Okay.
changes. Like if you're a heavy smoker, you could just cut down on smoking, heavy drinker, all those things. And then we put them on certain loading exercises. In osteoporosis, there are certain things only if you load the bone, only then you're going to. For example, if you have spine osteoporosis, just going for a walk might not help it. You have to do very specific spine exercises which will help you in dealing with this problem. Like I told you about your posture going bad also, because the bones wear off. And Vikram, if you see in the street walking, if above 55, 60, if you see someone slouching too much, you also can diagnose, maybe he's having osteoporosis, and you can also tell them that you should do this, you should not do this, or you can go to physio and take care of this problem, like that actually. So that's one visible thing, that their posture gets slouched. There are a lot of reasons, but one visibly you can see is very common, that since the bones wear off, they get slouchy. That's one way to diagnose. So you can also diagnose now and see someone and just give them certain advice
That's
to
actually a
consult.
lot of interesting information. I had no idea about a lot of these things, and I'm sure our audience also did not know a lot of these things. In the end, I think it was a great mini session where Dr. Manoj, you've come to us and you've told us so many interesting things, and I'm sure there's more to it. There's a whole lot of world out there. So I would ask my audience to please contact Physio Active. Dr. Manoj is there, the team is there. They're willing to help you out with any kind of question, anything you would like to ask them for. And sir, in the end, just one message you would like to give all the audience out there at Dillistan and otherwise to Delhi NCR, Pan India, everybody whoever is listening to us. What is the best way, apart from, like, for example, you would like to tell them the proper exercise, something they should do every day, what kind
Mhm.
of diet they should follow? Maybe a
Yeah.
little end note you would want to give to our audience.
Right. Okay. Fine. So I'll just brief it out. Actually, like I said,
Uh,
osteoporosis is definitely can be prevented. Actually,
right.
if you take certain things. Number one, diet. All
Yeah.
moms and dads or grandfather, they all told us have milk. You need calcium.
Yeah.
So milk. That's one important this thing for calcium
Okay.
intake. Vitamin D also plays an important role. We are not getting exposed to sun now, so we need to be going for early morning walks, getting exposure to the sun, and your strength exercise is also happening. So or if your vitamin D levels are too less, I think you should substitute them also. You should consult your
Okay.
physician and substitute vitamin D. Or initially you just eat foods which are rich in vitamin D actually. I'd advise you not to have a lot of acidic foods actually. Alkaline foods help you to absorb them well actually. So vitamin D and calcium, if they are there, then you're taking care of it. Now, certain habits,
Okay.
drinking too much of taking too much of aerated drinks, and too much of alcohol. If you're a smoker, you don't want to cut it down. And you should start including a lot of greens and legumes in your diet. That will also help you to first the intake. Number one, now your intake is good. Now that intake should be absorbed into the bones actually. So how do? You just intake and sit down? No, it's not going to happen. You need to load the bones. If you load them, they will ask for the calcium actually. This is very important step. So how you do loading exercises, little bit of resistance training, going for a brisk walk, little jog, taking a little bit of weight, or using TheraBands, exercise bands to do exercises. If you stress the bones by lifting weights or with the bands, then the bone can absorb the calcium better from the sources. If you
Okay.
take calcium tablets, I think it's just less than 1% which is going to be observed if you're not active. So activity helps in observing it more. So increase your activity, right, and change your lifestyle. Certain habits you can work on them. Thirdly, posture. Work on your posture. And if you or your neighbor or mom and dad, they have balance issues, don't wait
Yeah.
for things to happen. Put them on certain simple balancing exercises, and that will help them prevent falls, and which is one important thing to keep them mobile actually. So they can't afford to take falls when they're 60, 65, when their bones are weak actually. Yeah, these are the few tips I could give it in a nutshell. There's a
Wonderful.
lot
It was.
more, but yeah, I think
Let's leave
this.
some. Let's leave some for the consultation as well for people to ask. We Yeah. So thank you
Right.
so much, Dr. Manoj. It was a great, great, great session. We thank you again for coming to our show, and we
Yeah,
hope that you get a chance again, and we'll definitely keep on calling you for regular updates about the various questions people may have about the various physiotherapy related problems and issues. So thank you so much again, and it was great having you on the show, sir.
sure,
Thank you.
Vikram. Thank you so much. Keep the good work going. Actually, you're doing a
Thank
good
you.
job.
Thank you
Bye.
so much. Thank you. So that was Dr. Manoj, and we had a great, great, great session with him. I hope you liked it as well. I would like you to share all your comments in the comment section below. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching this on Facebook, do like the page and share this video. If you would like to give this very important information to your loved ones, to your family members, to your friends, I think this is a great video to share with, because समटाइम्स क्या होता है, घर वालों की नहीं सुनते हैं लेकिन डॉक्टर की जरूर सुनते हैं. सो लेट्स डू दैट एंड कैरी इट फॉरवर्ड टू all our people, all our loved ones. Thank you so much for watching the Chat Trap Show with Vikram Singh Raval. I'm going to be back again this Saturday with another wonderful guest. Thank you.